Let me be brutally honest with you from the start. This isn't going to be one of those soft, inspirational talks filled with empty platitudes. This is raw, unfiltered truth from someone who has lived through the worst kinds of toxicity and came out stronger. If you're looking for gentle words to coddle your feelings, you're in the wrong place. But if you're ready to face hard truths and make real changes, keep watching. I grew up surrounded by people who had no business being parents. People who brought children into this world with no plan, no resources, and no ability to provide anything beyond basic survival. Food and water? Sure. Love, guidance, education, opportunity? Forget about it. And the worst part, they kept having more kids, perpetuating a cycle of poverty, ignorance, and suffering. This isn't just my story, it's the story of millions. And if you're watching this, chances are you've seen it too. Maybe you've lived it. Maybe you're still living it. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's time to dig your hole. The hole isn't just a metaphor. It's a mental and emotional process of complete severance. When we talk about throwing things in the hole, we're talking about permanent removal from your life. Not temporary distancing, not taking a break, complete irreversible elimination. Why a hole? Because when you throw something in a deep enough hole and bury it, it's gone forever. You can't retrieve it. You can't change your mind. It's done. This is what you need to do with toxic family members, so-called friends who drain you, negative thought patterns, self-destructive habits, entire social circles holding you back. Let's get specific about who needs to go in your hole. 1. The family who aren't really family blood. Relation means nothing if the people sharing your DNA are actively harming you. That aunt who constantly criticizes you? In the hole. The cousin who always needs loans they never repay? In the hole. Parents who had children they couldn't properly care for and now guilt trip you about it? Especially in the hole. 2. The energy vampires. These are the people who only contact you when they need something. The ones who disappear when you're struggling but magically reappear when they want a favor. They'll drain you dry if you let them. The dream killers. Anyone who responds to your ambitions with, "That's impossible," or "Who do you think you are?" These people are terrified of you succeeding because it highlights their own failures. 4. The emotional blackmailers. After everything I've done for you, you owe me. Family sticks together. These are manipulation tactics, not love. True support doesn't come with strings attached. Now that we've identified who needs to go in, let's talk about how to actually do it. Step 1. Make a complete list of every toxic person in your life. Be ruthless. If you hesitate about someone, ask yourself, does this person add value to my life or subtract from it? No maybes. No, but they're family. Value or no value. Step 2. For some relationships, you may choose to explain why you're cutting ties. For others, ghosting might be appropriate. Use your judgment, but remember, you don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing your well-being. Step 3. Delete numbers. Block on social media. Change your routines if necessary. Make it physically impossible for these people to reach you. Step 4. When, not if, you feel guilty or weak, remind yourself why you did this. Write down all the ways these people hurt you and read it when you're tempted to reconnect. When you start removing toxic people from your life, 2 things will happen. They'll panic and try to reel you back in. Others will criticize you for it. Remember that their reaction proves why they needed to go. After you've thrown the garbage in the hole, you'll have space for better relationships. But be careful. Nature abhors a vacuum, and you might be tempted to fill it with new toxicity. Instead, Take time to be alone and recalibrate your normal meter. Slowly build connections with people who share your values. Learn to enjoy your own company. Invest in personal growth. This is the part no one talks about. While you're busy identifying toxic people in your life, someone else might be putting you in their hole. And that's okay. If you've been toxic to others, and we all have at some point, take responsibility, make amends if possible, and do better. But don't expect forgiveness or second chances. Respect other people's boundaries as you want yours respected. A year from now, you could be surrounded by people who inspire you, support you, and genuinely want the best for you. Or you could be exactly where you are now, still complaining about the same people, the same problems. The difference between these two futures? Whether you dig your hole today, so grab your shovel, start digging, and when you're done, don't you dare look back. Your best life is waiting on the other side of this difficult but necessary process. Now go claim it. If this resonated with you, it's because you're ready for change. Don't let that feeling fade. Take one action today. Block one person, delete one number, say no to one demand. Momentum starts with a single decision.